They've been watching me so closely lately. I didn't want them to find my notebook, so I haven't written in a while. But it looks like their eyes are now off me for the moment. It seems safe. For now. How is that possible? I asked Cody and Noel. You said you've been here for a while. This place keeps throwing curveballs, just when you think you're starting to understand. Noel looked a little frustrated. But you remember it being 2018 and 2019? Well, yeah, obviously. A bell sounds and I realized I hadn't even touched my food. Don't worry, give me your tray. Cody held his hand out. I gave it to him and everyone walked out of the cafeteria. I followed where everyone was going, staying close to Cody and Noel, still wanting some answers. Anna, you're going to have so much fun. It's rec time. Frank came up behind me, hopping along like a child going to recess. We came into the common room. There was a TV on, but only showed static. A pool table was in the corner without any balls or cues. There was also a ping pong table without a net. And I couldn't see any paddles or balls anywhere. There were couches all over, tables and chairs as well. All the other patients went to what seemed like designated places. Cody and Noel sat in two chairs across from one another with a table in the middle and started playing cards. I was about to go towards them, but Frank grabbed my shoulder. Come, Anna, come play with me. He took my hand and brought me to the pool table. But there are no balls or cues. How do you want me to play? The balls and cues are in your mind, Frank said as he pointed to his head. Yeah, right. And you expect me to see these things as if I just pretend they're there? Yeah, that's how things work. Just how Cody and Noel think about having cards to play with. I looked over at the cards Noel and Cody were playing with. They were there, plain as the eye could see. Thanks, Frank. Maybe we'll play tomorrow. I pulled up a chair next to Cody. You know, Frank just said the funniest thing to me. He said that those cards you're playing with aren't actually real. Cody and Noel stopped playing and looked at each other. He's right. What are you talking about? I see them right. I looked back down at the cards I had just seen on the table, and there was nothing. I jumped back. What the fuck? Calm down. Don't give yourself any attention right now. Cody pulled me back in. I know this is messed up, but you do not want them to get involved. Them? Who's them? And what just happened? Anna, seriously, keep your voice down. Noel hushed at me. But I couldn't. I just couldn't take much more of this insanity. No, I will not keep my voice down. Where the fuck did the cards go? And how do they get into Frank's head? And why are we all in a closed-down hospital? And how are you guys from the future, but have been here longer than me? And why the fuck is it always dark outside? In my last sentence, an alarm went off. All the patients hit the floor like they do in jail when the alarm sounds. I refused. I was fed up and ready for some answers. Two orderlies were both easily over 6 feet, came into the room with a young female nurse in between them. Miss Taylor, looks like we're having a problem. She smiled and pulled out a giant needle. The three of them started walking in my direction. Cody jumped up. Nurse Maddox, she's fine, she's new, and she just... The orderly on the left smacked him so hard he fell to the ground. You can't do that, and you can't keep me here. I tried to sound assertive, but all that came out was fear. My voice shaking so much I was barely able to get the words out. Now, Miss Taylor, you don't really believe that, do you? The two men grabbed each of my arms and dragged me out of the rec room. I was struggling, wiggling and thrashing around until one of the orderlies punched me right in the nose. I saw stars and tasted blood drip into my mouth. You can't do this, I whimpered, but they were doing it. I looked up to see where we were going. It looked like the room Frank said testing was done. I started to panic, trying to get out of their hold again. Wait, no, please don't. They weren't listening to me. They forcefully pinned me onto the bed and strapped me in, tight. What are you going to do to me? Tears left my eyes as I asked the nurse. I can promise you, Miss Taylor, nothing good. She stabbed my neck with the syringe. I thought I was going to be unconscious, but I wasn't. I just became paralyzed. I wasn't able to move or speak, but I was awake, and I still felt the straps on my skin. What are they going to do? I felt so powerless in that moment. I was still able to cry because I felt tears fall on my cheeks. They started by burning the bottoms of my feet with what felt like a cigarette, but I couldn't see what they were actually using. They then took skin samples from my inner thighs and showed me every piece they took. Then they did something to my head. I don't know what they did, but it felt like they were squeezing it. The pain became so great, I finally passed out. This was the first experiment they did to me. I have no idea how this experiment helped with any research. I don't think it does. It felt more like a punishment. I don't know why they do the things they do, but they keep doing it. They're not going to get what they want. My mind. I won't give up.